And after that, Allah gives reminds the Prophet ﷺ, here's how Musa encouraged his people in the middle of all of that. Can you imagine families in the audience of Musa alayhi salam who have lost their children? This is the reality of this passage. As Musa alayhi salam is giving his sermon to his people, there are people in the audience whose babies have been killed. Their hearts are wounded. And they're sitting there listening to this khutbah being given by Musa alayhi salam, and what does it say? وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. It's still, some say this is isti'naf, it's an interjection by Allah. But even if that's the case, it's incredible. When your master declared, when he let it be known, and Allah usually doesn't begin an ayah like that Allah made a grand declaration for the people to hear, because the people's hearts were broken. They needed to hear something. They needed something. And by the way, if you're in that situation, you would think, and at least I would think, that the khutbah and the revelation Allah will give at that time is going to be patient. The sermon from Allah will be about patience, I would think. Why? Because the situation is that of difficulty. And when Muslims go through difficulty, what are they supposed to think about? Patience. They're supposed to, what's the Arabic word for patience? Pop quiz. What is it? Sabr. That's what they're supposed to think about. Listen to the words. Allah doesn't say subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن صَبَرْتُمْ. ما قال. He didn't say when your master declared, if you're patient. No. He said, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ. Even if you were to be in the least bit grateful. Grateful. Not patient, grateful. Can you think about that for a second? These people have lost children. And Allah is declaring to them, if you would just be what? Patient or grateful? Which one? Grateful. That is the last thing on a person's mind if they would have lost a child. But Allah is shifting perspective. Allah didn't even bring up patience. Because you can't have patience until you have what first? You can't have sabr until shukr is there first. Until gratitude is there first. Yes, they lost a child. Or many children. Yes, that's true. But what do they still have? No matter what you and I lose in life, and we have a lot of things that we lose. What do we have? I want to stop here and not talk about the ayat for a moment, because I really want to talk about this one ayah in this talk. But I want to stop and tell you why I chose this passage. Every one of you sitting in the audience and me standing up on the stage are no different in some respects. All of us have problems. All of us. There are no exceptions. But now, Allah says this so beautifully. You're constantly thinking about what didn't go right. I'm constantly thinking about what didn't go right. Oh man, I missed the flight, I did this, or I did that, or they're upset, or I didn't finish this, or I don't have enough money, or all these problems. Constantly. Allah offers these people, these Israelites, that are in a far worse situation than any of you sitting here. And they're stuck in it and they cannot see a way out of it. They are in a slave situation as a people that are now controlled by a military state. And their children are routinely slaughtered. And they have been in that state for quite some time now, and they don't see any way out. They are entirely hopeless. To these people, what does Allah have to say? And if Allah is saying that to them, why isn't He saying that to you? Because He is, you're not listening. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ. Even if you were to be grateful. Now let me go into the Arabic a little bit, because you can't taste this. Really, this is kalam sharti, they say in the Arabic language. It's jumla shartiya. There's a conditional statement. In math class, you learn if and then statements. You remember those? You got some really good sleep during those classes, right? If and then statements. So the if portion is mentioned in the past tense. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ. If you were to be grateful, not if you are grateful, because the Arabic present tense in classical language alludes to continuity, على الاستمرار, يدل على الاستمرار, to continuity. Allah is not even asking for continuous gratitude. He's just saying, show me one instance of gratitude. Just show me one instance of gratitude. If you were to be grateful once, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ, and if you were to be able to do that, what would happen? لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. This is Jawab al-Shart, and it's the strongest, most emphatic form of language accessible in the Arabic language. There is no more emphasis possible in Arabic. لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, which roughly translated, and again, translations don't do service here, I swear to it, without a doubt, I will ensure, I promise, I will increase you. I will give you more. I will make you more. I will increase you. I will increase you. I will increase you. I promise, I swear to it. This is what Allah says. If you were to do what? If you were to do what? Just show an instant of gratitude. La azidannakum.
We are one no mama who should stand with each other through all the highs and lows. One no mama.